Assalamualaikum. I was trying to implement the event listener, the event emitter behind the scene, but now I got the recordings on. I started the recording now. So here we are listening this event, and here we are sending or emitting the emitter. Okay, yeah, it was because why I'm using the event emitter. Basically, the error was circular dependency. I was facing the error of circular dependency. It is a normal error that we face in the Node.js application, Node.js or Express application. It is a common issue. To handle that issue, we can use the event meter, and I have used it here. So let me follow the best approach as much as we can to handle these event listeners, emitter listeners. Okay, so let's go to I basically have created a file, a folder, emitters. Inside of this helper function. Okay, so it didn't work for that. Let me try it again if it can work for now. Let me check that we are the current implemented event listener is working fine. We can check that. I have sent request. Okay, server error, something went wrong. I have received this JSON format that is done by the event listener. How? I created a event, this one, and started this event to the file of that function that I'm using. I listen it here. I use the data, then I pass the data to that function that was creating the problem of the circular dependency. Let's go to, let me copy that one. Oh sorry, now I have copied. First of all, let me go back to my function. I really don't want to create a copy because I want to test my core instances. Okay, so this is the image listener instances. I don't need it here. I will import it from my instances emitter. Let me go to my instance. I have a meter in the instance. Okay, so let's check again. Till it is okay, working fine. Git status, git add, git status. Sorry, this is the first spelling. Git commit -m. Update event emitter instance done. Okay, so now let me move it to the common function. Emitter emit to the common function. This is the emitter. Let me go back to event creator. Emiiter. Okay, constant send failure response. I want to use the same function name to be away from the confusion. It will do what? It will call this emitter listener. Let me check. Let me check. How can I check? I can check it by it is a variable that will not accept it data to its parameter. Let's check. Yeah, where I will get this data. So it means to say that I should need to have a parameter, no sorry, a function that will accept my data as a param. Okay, so here I can receive data. I can pass data to emit. For emit, go back to here. Now let me import from emit creator. Okay, let's try. Here we are facing the problem, I think so. No, still it is working fine. So it means to say that we really don't need to call it here. It will work same as we are using the function to be away from the error. This is the user's, no, that was not the user's console. Basically I need to add a blank space. Is there anything else remaining to remove? No. Okay, let me close this file. So event creator, let me do what? If I don't export it here and import the event from the from its instance, then let's see what happened. Emit listener, we don't need it for now. We will replace it to here. But what is this? Actually this is imported from the instances. So now let's check. I think here we can have problem. No, still we are getting the data from the event. So there is a last try, last approach that we can follow. Okay, let me commit that I have done. Event emitter emit. Let's try to create its common file that I have created already. Actually I wanted to do a iteration of loop. It means to say that we do not need to add each time the emit creator dot on and so on. So let me go back to my, this is the creator, this is the exact name. Let me do copy and paste to be from the wrong text. Okay, the key has been copied and pasted. That could be imported from the Emiiter instance. Where is this? Is the emitter 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 instance. Okay, send failure to this one. I have data console. Let me try it now, but before trying it, let me make it a commit. We can, it will not return us the response. See, we didn't get the response. If we really didn't get the response, let me move. Let me check my function. We are going to our function. If we are going to our function, then what could be the main problem? Let me go to my creator. Let me export this one, and I import it there. No. Okay, now let's check. What is the problem? Still, I didn't get a response. It means to say that we are not getting the data here, as I have consoled. Send failure response. Okay, let me send it. So it means to say that we are not getting that event listener to our a separate file. Let me have a copy of that. Actually, I am not listing it here in my API file that has been committed in front of you. Okay, so now let's check if it can return us a response. It is returning the response altogether, right? Okay, so it means to say we don't need to have that event create export that event creator. Next time I will not export. If I will not export this, then emitter, that is the instance from first of all we went to our common file where I have created a cached function. In the cached function I'm importing a value, a function that is creating a emit. If it is creating an emitter, then we need to listen that emit, but it don't require define. If it really don't require define, then why it is working here and why it is not working in the event listener file? That is the question. It means that this file could not be working. Let me add the consoles. Okay, to make it workable we need to export it, but how can we export it? Let's see. mm, Let me create a function that will handle all of these operations. How can I create a function? By giving it a name, constants event listener function, event listener function that will handle all, that will power up all of the operation of this file. And now I will export this, export module.export. I can also export default. Okay, module.export is equal to this function, event listener function. Let me import it into the creator file. After send to this file, I can, after creation of that emit, I can use this file function. Oh, sorry, import it. Now I'm using the function. Let's try. Data is not defined. Why the data is not defined? Event listener function. Oh, I see. Okay, it means to say that our file has run. Data warning, send failure of module export, send failure response of a module exports inside a circular dependency. Again, it is causing the issue of a circular dependency. If it is really causing the issue of circular dependency, then I can use that event into the side of the main, our main file. Let me go back to here. Sorry, mm, this event function, let me call it from. Let me call it into the main file of our server. This is the main file. After upload, dependency after handle exception errors, use combine routes and options app.listen. Before app.listen, I can use it. If I have imported, then let's see how can we corrupt that. Okay, so now let's try. Wow, we got the response. Hurrah, we have been succeed. We don't need it now. We also don't need it now. I only need to figure out my config file. So now we have config constants, but we don't have config file. I think so. Config file of our JSON server, our main root structure, root of the folder config route config file we have.